Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great, and we, my friends, are playing some more WWE Supercard. Now, we've got a couple of things going on right now, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on in the Mae Young RTG. Now, we are grinding out these games quite a bit. We're getting some good results on our cards. So, let's start off with our Randy Orton. You can see here that he is kind of halfway to being gamed up and stuff, so that's pretty cool. All of the training are now done on all of the cards, so we're super close. We're just waiting on playing the game training or the games in order to obviously pro these guys up and stuff. And the same with our Carmella, so also Carmella is sort of halfway done as well. So pretty obvious that this was going to be the case, considering that they've all been in the RTG together. Now, Mickie James is a little bit higher because she's in the King of the Ring that's going on, which is kind of cool, but we didn't want to go ahead and put our Carmellas in there because of the fact of I want to be able to pro them straight away, and they will be fully leveled up by the end of today. So if I had them in the King of the Ring, I would have had to wait until Sunday in order to be able to pro them, because obviously it takes 48 hours or possibly even more if you go to the finals, but at least 45 hours in order to play the King of the Rings, which I'm sure all of you know that by now. And then obviously if you qualify, it's going to take even longer than that. So you can see here that I'm basically not needing to level up any WrestleMania cards anymore, other than those ones that I'm going to be proing. So I predominantly have my WrestleMania pros in the team. Now, the one thing that I'm quite disheartened about is the fact that I am seeing so many people with Hall of Fame WrestleMania cards now because of that free Hall of Fame card pack that's going on, and I wanted to wait until I started recording before I opened up that pack. So I've seen quite a few people getting the WrestleMania cards and stuff. Now, I don't know if the pack from the login rewards are the same as the packs that you buy in the shop. I think the ones in the shop are like 4,800 credits or something. But if they're exactly the same, then that's kind of cool. But I kind of think that they're the same as the one that you buy from the Battleground rewards. So you're only going to have the possibility of getting the like a hardened to a WrestleMania card. Which, if that's the case, then that's kind of cool as well. I'm hoping for Eddie Guerrero, not because of the fact that he is a WrestleMania, but because he is one of my favorite of all-time wrestlers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, Mr. Latino Heat, I wasn't a big fan of him. But as I got older, I really started enjoying Eddie Guerrero. I found him so entertaining when he was in the ring. And I guess it's kind of the same as everyone else, you know, like obviously when you're younger, you always have your favorites. So like obviously when I was younger, my favorites were like obviously Matt and Jeff Hardy, Edge and Christian, because they were like the big guys on campus or the big tag teams. And you had people like The Rock and Chris Benoit and people like that. So it's kind of cool when I was growing up watching those guys. So when I was watching them, Eddie Guerrero was kind of like a mid-roster superstar that wasn't really one of the really big guys, but then he kind of turned into a bigger player as the big people kind of moved on. So like as The Rock faded out a bit, as Stone Cold faded out, and they needed kind of like new fresh faces, then obviously Eddie Guerrero kind of stepped up and become a little bit more popular. And that's kind of the way that it always is going to be, you know, like obviously there was always someone before John Cena or Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, you know, so it's always kind of cool that these people kind of move on and let these big faces move up, because as everybody knows, Edge became one of the biggest in the WWE, whereas he was always kind of like a mid-tier talent, I guess you could say, until those really big faces kind of moved on and he got his opportunity. So that's kind of cool. But Eddie Guerrero still and will always be one of my favorite superstars. Just if you haven't checked out his matches, just go on YouTube and check out things and check out some of his matches from like the early 90s, mid 90s, and like it's just incredible some of the stuff that he does, considering that he wasn't like one of the best high flyers around at the time. He was like really entertaining in the ring, even though he was kind of a little bit of a high flyer. Just so entertaining. But anyway, we're going to come away from that. As you can see, we are now using 10-point contracts or title matches to get 10-point games because of the fact of my cards are kind of half leveled up, which is basically the goal that I wanted. Because of the fact that by the time I finish getting the Hardened and the Ultimate card, all of those cards that I want to get pro'd, so Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Carmella, will all be completely played in their game training. So I'll be able to pro them, and then once they're pro'd, I will probably be able to do the WrestleMania and also the Mae Young with those guys pro'd, which will be great because then after the King RTG, it will just leave me Triple H that I will have to focus on getting trained up, which is awesome. So, that being said, guys, let's go into our card packs over here because I'm not sure which one this is. I'm hoping that this is the same pack that you get from the credits, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same pack that you get from the Battleground shop, so it's only going to contain a single superstar. But the reason why I want this to be a pack from the credit shop is because of the fact that they can sometimes contain really good power-ups. So like the WrestleMania card could be a manager card, and I would love a WrestleMania manager card. But let's go and open up this pack, see what we get, and it is the one from the shop. So that looks like a WrestleMania card behind on the left there, guys. I'm not sure if it is, but let's open it up, see who it is. If it is a WrestleMania card, I really hope that it is Eddie Guerrero, like I said before. There's WrestleMania. It is a sensational Sherry, so that's actually not too bad. Giving me a diva, that's kind of cool, but not as much as I would have preferred it to have been a Eddie Guerrero. But hey, still, we managed to pull a WrestleMania card from the freebie reward, so that's kind of cool. And as you can see, it's not there anymore. So as we look here, we can actually see that it is the exact same pack that you get from the Battleground rewards. So maybe people will try their luck. Maybe people will go into the Battleground and go to the shop and get yourself some rewards over here. I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But for 20,000 battle points, you can get yourself a random bit of luck. Maybe get a Hardened to WrestleMania Hall of Fame card. Good luck if you try it. I'm not going to be trying it just yet. Because one, I don't have the Battleground points for it. But two, I'm also waiting to see if maybe I can save up a good amount of Battleground points for when there is a brand new tier released. Because of the fact that those battle packs in there should change to the brand new rewards. So whatever the new tier could be, I don't know. Like the next pay-per-view is SummerSlam, so maybe the next one would be a new SummerSlam tier, because they did go ahead and repeat the WrestleMania tier. So they obviously called that WrestleMania 33. I believe that this SummerSlam is SummerSlam 17. So They might go ahead and call the next tier SummerSlam 17 and replace release it when SummerSlam is coming up a little bit closer, which would be in like a month's time, which would tie in with the Money in the Bank rewards, because it's 27 days on the Money in the Bank rewards for the Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. So that would kind of tie in with the fact of replacing those rewards with the new tier rewards, also releasing a brand new tier. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below what you think of that. Do you think that they will go and repeat a second tier like they did with WrestleMania? It would kind of make sense though, right? But if that is the case, then that means there is another month worth of WrestleMania 33 tier, and I don't know what they could possibly do. Obviously, a few people have kind of put the suggestion of the Great Khali coming back into WWE, so maybe he would be an event card over the next like 4 weeks, which would obviously create two more events, one being Ring Domination, one being RTG, which will take 2 weeks to do, and then one other event card, whoever that may be, would then bring us into a brand new tier possibly. I don't know. It's obviously all speculation. Every single YouTuber that I watch is constantly speculating, when is this new tier coming? They've ran ragged WrestleMania 33. There's nothing else they can do. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And as me, it's only my personal opinion. I kind of thought that Mae Young was going to be the end of the line and then they'll do another one. But creating Money in the Bank rewards for WrestleMania 33 cards again, I can't see them bringing another tier for at least a month. Because the thing is, if you bring out another tier, so just for example, if they turn around and say tomorrow, there's a brand new tier, we're going to call it Battleground, and they're better than WrestleMania 33 cards, no one's going to grind Money in the Bank, because there is no point buying the WrestleMania 33 event cards in the Money in the Bank, because of the fact that you can grind out the brand new tier cards. Yeah, you could still grind out your contracts and wait for them to update the Money in the Bank, and then have, like, say 30,000 contracts or whatever saved up for next month when they release the brand new cards. So that would be kind of a good thing to do, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing. So I'm not going to be grinding out. I've decided I'm not going to be grinding either Jinder Mahal or Randy Orton, as much as it would be nice to have one of them in the team because they would add value to my team. I'm not going to do it because of the fact that I'm now going to save my Money in the Bank Money in the Bank contracts for when they do finally drop a brand new tier, or they go ahead and reset the rewards in the Money in the Bank, and they're more of a superstar that I want to get. Of the two of them, I would go for Randy Orton, but he's still not what I would term as a number one pick in terms of cards to go for. So it's kind of a case of I would probably just end up saving up my contracts. I think at the moment I've played enough to get myself something like 500 contracts, so I haven't even really been grinding Money in the Bank at all. But I will start playing it a lot more so that I can build up those contracts ready for either them resetting the rewards again next month, or maybe, hopefully, possibly, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything that you can crossed, that the next rewards in the Money in the Bank will be of a brand new tier, which will obviously give a lot of people a super big head start if you're able to grind out a lot of contracts. So could you imagine if you've grinded out like say 100,000 contracts and the brand new tier gets dropped, you could go and buy both of the event cards from the Money in the Bank straight away, and you would have the biggest advantage over every other person in the game. That it would be crazy. The only people that would have an advantage or over you would be people that would be buying all pros of the brand new tier. So that's going to cost them a lot of money. Whereas if you can go ahead and buy 2 of the brand new event Money in the Bank new tier cards on day 1 of it coming out, that's going to give you a huge advantage because you can get them pro'd, you can get them all done, you can start a King of the Ring, and you can start getting those cards for free because other people wouldn't have the pros of the next tier yet. It would also help you get the pros of the in the events better and all that good stuff. But anyway, that's going to be it for the video today, guys. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Tell me what you got out of your Hall of Fame freebie pack login rewards, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace on the streets.